What up, guys? And I'm back this afternoon right now, and it's really getting cold out here, you guys. And I like bacon and eggs. WKBN. Alright.
East is where the rotation is showing up, and you can see these different colored rotations. This is telling us that we are seeing some rotation within this storm, and again, that is right around the Randolph area, currently right on 44, just north of 224. This will be pushing its way toward Palmyra, also over toward Craig Beach. So if you know anyone around the Craig Beach area, definitely want to give them some heads up there out on Lake Milton, as this storm is moving in that direction. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off this upper marker, and what this marker is telling us, the circle that you're seeing here, is that there is definitely rotation spinning up with this storm. As we start to look at some of our tools here, this is what we call our rotation tracker. This has had a history, this storm, of producing shear with it, and you can plainly see as we look off to the west, and I'm going to turn the warnings off just for a second, just to show you what I'm talking about. And this is this path of rotation here, as this has made its way across southern parts of Medina County, over into Summit County, now here into Portage County, right around the Rootstown, and again, pushing its way into central southern parts of Portage County, but currently that rotation that's showing up, I need to turn this off for a second for you so you can see this closer, is right along the Interstate 76, and just south of there, that's where that rotation tracker is showing up. And again, we look at these different products in here to try to pinpoint these cells as they move on through, and what we're seeing currently, at least, is this area of rotation right around the Rootstown area, pretty much between Randolph and Rootstown, off of 76. So if you live in east central parts of Portage County, want to definitely be taking preparation. There is a tornado warning, and you can plainly see that blinking in red here. This is officially in place until 4:30. And Kyle, what's the speed on that? I believe they're about 30 to 35 miles per hour. I know the warning when it came out on the text itself. I was curious what they were saying.
Yeah, we're looking still at about 30 to 35 miles an hour
on that. So if we go and throw a track on this, and we'll do that just to kind of get a better pinpoint of this moving off to the east here. This is a supercell that is coming together here, making its way on in, and there is a good chance the tornadic part of this storm, so if we drag this off to the east here at about 30 miles per hour, that does put that into the Blanco area. This is right across from Craig Beach at about 4:30, so I will not be surprised if we see a new warning, probably a tornado warning, is going to come in place here for Mahoning County shortly. In fact, we may be breaking in on the air shortly on all our channels, again, as this approaches the county lines here of western Mahoning County. This is a tornadic storm, currently showing indication of a tornado as far as Doppler radar is considered, and you can plainly see that here as we're looking at some of the rotation on this. So meteorologist Paul Wetzel alongside with meteorologist Kyle Alexander, and of course Jacob Thompson also in here working with us this afternoon.
Paul, I would like to point out, too, some of these wind speeds are picking up around the system, too. We're now seeing wind getting up into the low 40s now with this system pushing towards and really through Portage County. So, again, it's kind of building as it's moving eastward. Right?
Yeah, this storm is pulsing up again, and thank you very much, Kyle. This is an indication of, and this is what we were concerned about. We were looking at this time frame this afternoon. Just real quick, before we continue back to that storm, there are some other storms around. Currently, there's a storm down by New Philly. That's going to miss the area, but there is a stronger storm right now up in northern Trumbull County. We're watching that one, too. Don't see any signs of rotation on that yet, but that's something we'll be watching watching. And again, but as this storm moves in out of Portage County, this is going to be moving into Mahoning County, and I will not be surprised here shortly if they don't reissue a new tornado warning on that, Kyle. So we're going to be watching that closely too. I'm going to let you take over for a second, Kyle. I want to check something over here. It's all yours.
Yes, we are still tracking all of this coming through. Again, it's been kind of building throughout the afternoon as we've worked into these afternoon hours. Lots of pop-up storms and showers really working on through. And again, still tracking this system right now in Portage County, where we do see a tornado warning associated with this system. Again, just to kind of show you what we're dealing with, it lasts until 4:30 in Portage County. But again, this is kind of building steam as it works its way towards our viewing area. That's why we are streaming online right now. You can also see we're still dealing with a severe thunderstorm warning associated with this system too. And we've got some more weather activity to our south that, again, will miss the area, but Columbiana County, I do expect to see some showers and thunderstorms. Let me give you another idea, kind of looking at where we're seeing some of this rotation. If I turn off lightning and some of the warnings here, you can really see how some of this wind speed is picking up. To kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at, we have the green over here. We also have red over here showing us this wind direction coming from the south and the west. And where you see the higher wind, where that rotation is, you can see some of this green in there too. Another better picture maybe to even see it. You can see a better mixture of the red and green. And that's where we are picking up this rotation on radar currently as this system continues to push its way pretty much directly eastward through Portage County, heading right towards the Mahoning and Trumbull County lines. As we go throughout the afternoon, another little thing to look at too is hooks showing up on radar. Not a huge hook here, but again, it's just something we're going to have to keep tracking. Now, the wind has seemed at least to die down on this storm track around 30 miles an hour. Literally just a couple of seconds ago, looking at this system, winds were around 40 miles an hour. Doesn't mean that this is going to build up again. We could definitely see this continue.
Out of my party now.
Going into the next bit of time here, but we're
and
tracking this going throughout the time. You can also see it's heading towards Palmyra, going into Wayland, also working its way
That's
towards
17,
and
yes,
into
sir.
Mahoning County here, Great Beach, and Lake Milton. Actually, I was just out there a little bit earlier today, and it was a beautiful morning. But again, we're going to see this system really start to push through that area coming up in the next 30 minutes to about an hour as we continue to track these storms. Another look kind of at the bigger picture of our viewing area right now. You can see we're dealing with some more regular rain up in Trumbull and Mercer County. Some stronger pockets of that rain too in northern Trumbull County. Also dealing with these systems to our southwest, tracking towards Columbiana County. Again, bringing that potential for some shower and thunderstorm activity really sticking around. And again, kind of like Paul said, I'm thinking something probably will pop up here shortly.
Yeah, Kyle, that's what I was just going to say. We're going to know here real soon, and I do expect a new warning more than likely is going to be issued with this storm. This is a tornado warning that's currently in place here for Portage County. Now, what we're going to watch, though, is to see whether or not the new warning's issued, and I'm sure it will be. I'll be surprised if we don't see a new warning issued. But with that, regardless, we want you to be prepared here in Mahoning County. We'll also be jumping on air on all our stations if this goes to a tornado warning, which it does look like there's a pretty good likelihood that that's going to go.
Something just popped up in our National Weather Service chat that there has been signs and people have seen what they're calling a rapid rotating wall cloud with this storm going into Portage County right now. So this is clearly building up into.
And there's no question about it. I mean, there's an obvious hook with this. The tornado, we've been looking at those velocity data. This is right on Moff Road into going to Yale. This is Route 14, just northwest of Deerfield. 224 north. This is 76 up here to the north. And this is tracking pretty much right down off-road. If you're familiar with this part of Portage County, it's about to go over top of 14. So this is Route 14 south of 76 moving in. Kyle, they have not mentioned whether or not they're planning on, you're not seeing that on
Not
us.
seeing any
They're
mention.
talking whether or not they're going to add or additional.
No mention of it just yet. The only thing that they've mentioned is they're continuing this warning in Portage County currently.
Huh?
Also, hail being reported there at about 1.75
And
inches.
that's no surprise. And that's big hail, and that's more than likely right on the interstate here. Looks
All
like
right,
you
get
can
him
see
on.
this core.
Trying to build
There's
this thing.
Purple core here, right on Talmadge Road and right along I-76. This is just inside the Portage County line. That's where the hail would be. The tornado would be off to the south, pretty much right here on Wilkes
You
Road,
see him trying to
southeast
build?
of Industry, and right in the center of rotation. You can plainly see the hook coming on around. This is the inflow into the storm, and the tornado would be right here at this point, looking on Doppler radar. So really watching this closely, and I'm actually surprised we haven't had a new warning going into Mahoning County yet. This is moving into Mahoning County. This is also southwestern parts of Trumbull County. Now we're hearing of those reports of a possible rotating wall cloud underneath this. This is going to be right in this region, now east of 44 and Randolph, and it's working its way toward the Mahoning County line. And just so you know, if you're watching us right now, and you know somebody, obviously it's already lightning and thunder here around the Lake Milton area, but this is going to move pretty much down 76. Pretty much down 224, and in between here as this moves into western Mahoning County. There's the update. Again, on radar, you can see the heavy rain already spreading in, just about to move over top of western parts of Blanco, out to the west here at Craig Beach and Lake Milton. Very heavy rain going down 76 right now, but the tornadic part of the storm is still to the west, just about to cross over Route 14 as it moves on in. So that's what we're looking at. Again, no official warning for Mahoning County currently, but we're watching that closely. Bigger storm, western Columbiana County. You're hearing some lightning and thunder. The bulk of that is currently off to your southwest. Here's a little good news. The storm that has had a tornado warning most of the afternoon now only has a severe thunderstorm warning on it down around New Philly. But it's something we'll be watching. Now, off to the north here, back into this storm that is moving into Mahoning County again, now approaching the Mahoning County line, and we're going to wait. I'm guessing in just a matter of minutes we're going to hear something. Kyle, let's go ahead and ask the Weather Service, if you don't mind. Let's go ahead and ask them if they're going to issue on with this. We'll just get right to the source and see how we get an answer on that, whether they're going to issue a new warning with this as it moves in, because I'll be surprised if they don't. But again, at least a severe thunderstorm warning with a possible tornado as you see this rotation. And now moving out of Portage County back into parts of western Mahoning County. This storm up in northern Trumbull, we're watching it up around Mecca, Portland, up toward the northern half of the county. Currently, no big signatures on that are concerning from a rotation standpoint. But with that being said, that's something we're watching. Any of these storms could start to spin up at any point here this afternoon. So again, tornado warning. It's eastern Portage County. Currently, it's until 4:30, so there's about 7 minutes left on this warning here as it moves into eastern parts of Portage County. But the outer edge of the storm is already moving into Mahoning County. So if you're off to the east in Austintown or Youngstown, looking off to the west, it's very dark. You're hearing rumbling thunder. Well, this storm is moving its way almost due east here into Mahoning County. So that's what we're watching.
I don't know who the Dash is. Is this you? Is this you? Yeah, and I'm gonna be ending this right now. Yeah, and I'm out. We'll see you guys this evening tonight. Yeah, and I'm out. Peace and over and out.